long, long road filled with joys and sorrows too. As we journey on, how your heart may yearn for the things most dear to you. With wealth and love to show, but onward we must go. Keep right on till the end of the road. Keep right on to the end. Though the way be long, let your heart be strong. Keep right on round the bend. If you're tired and weary, still journey on till you come to your happy abode, where all you love and you're dreaming of will be there at the end of the road. Keep right on to the end of the road. With a big stout heart to a long steep hill, we may get there with a smile, with a good kind thought and an end in view. We can cut short many a mile, so let courage every day be your guiding star always. Keep right on till the end of the road. Keep right on to the end. Though the way be long, let your heart be strong. Keep right on round the bend. If you're tired and weary, still journey on till you come to your happy abode, where all you love and you're dreaming of will be there at the end of the road. Keep right on.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's the team, down at St Andrews. We are loyal supporters of our team. The chant of Super Blues ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say?
Welcome to the Monday Night Tilton Talk Show. This weekend it was of course the Ding Dong Dingle Derby, and Blues having the better of the second half. Missed chances means we come away with just a point. Davis, well, we have him for another year and he was voted man of the match on Sunday. Unfortunately, off the field issues are the ones being talked about once again, with West Midlands Police being accused of beating fans with batons, including ladies and also a pregnant woman. We're still in the 80s as far as that's concerned, and fans spitting. I detest it. Pewie's rant, what's in the box, competition and a phone-in with Ashleigh Mills all coming up, as today is the day some news break from across the water regarding ownership of our beautiful club. Up next, Fulham at home on Saturday. I can't make that one because of work, but we'll have my headphones in. And sad news coming from the ladies' camp with the passing of Steph Williams. Chris will be talking about that right now. Just another week being a Birmingham City fan.
Birmingham City Ladies Football Club expresses its deepest sympathies to the family and friends of Steph Williams, who lost her battle to cancer on Saturday. The club will be conducting a minute's applause prior to Sunday's fixture, and all Blues Ladies players will wear black armbands as a mark of respect. Blues Ladies Deputy Chief Executive Steve Shipway said, "It is with sad hearts that we hear of the passing of one of the club's great stalwarts, Steph Williams. Steph lost her battle to cancer on Saturday and has left us all devastated at the thought of such a long life terminated. Steph joined Blues as a 12-year-old and played for the club for 14 years before retiring at the end of the 2007-8 season. During that time, she gave her all and was captain for several seasons. There are currently England internationals who benefited during their early years from Steph's leadership and advice. She was a true inspiration to us all. Her husband and her little daughter Lily moved to America in 2007, and our thoughts and prayers are with them both at this time. The club will be retiring Steph's shirt in her memory, and for this season her name and number will be included in the squad list. She will never be forgotten."
Steph Williams, ladies and gentlemen, and that's sad news coming out of the ladies' camp over this weekend. All right, welcome to the Tilton Talk Show. It's sad that we have to do these things, Chris, but I think it's always important and right that we do them right at the top end of the show, and we give these sad events, our utmost, shall we say. Mm-hmm. Good evening, Mr. Brown.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Pugh.
Good evening.
Have you got a rant?
Partial one, yeah.
A partial rant. I've got a corker for it. Little bit down on the voice, I'm afraid, because I went to the Ding Dong Dingle Derby yesterday. What a day that was. It's sad once again that we've got to discuss the off the field issues.
Yeah.
I thought we'd it's 2016, none of this should be happening. It's like, and if you want to go to the football to cause disruption or to be an idiot or to be a moron, then don't bother. That's my advice to you. Mm-hmm. It's simple. Go somewhere else. Do something else. Go to B6. You're not welcome. Having said that, there are some serious allegations which we have to be very careful what we say tonight. Some serious allegations of issues surrounding the handling of Birmingham City supporters after the game. Now, as you probably know from yourself from Wolves, when you get herded out of that corridor, you then have to turn right and go up the hill.
No.
And at the top of that hill, which is where I turned left then, because I'd parked my car about a mile down the road in some secure parking. Well, it was a pallet yard. They called it secure parking, but it was a pallet yard. And then just a couple of minutes after that, it seems as though, only for a very short period of time, that things deteriorated somewhat. Not good. I've heard reports today that police allegedly, and I have to say that word because I have to be very careful what we do say, obviously, because we're live on air, hit women with batons and also a pregnant woman, and the language was allegedly diabolical. I'm sure there must be some kind of investigation going on in the background. For me, I would get another police authority involved and the Football Supporters Federation and grab every ounce of CCTV, every bit of footage off everybody's phone that was there and every bit of evidence they can. And if this kind of thing is happening, get it stamped out. No place for it. No place for football.
Unfortunately, I think it'll just fizzle out the way. I mean, what happened to QPR?
Well,
sort of
again,
out,
heard not a lot, have we? Weren't the collective taking that up? I don't know. Anyway, again, it's a shame that it took the edge off the day a bit, because going to I'll have to call it mulling you out of respect.
Because you're a professional. Yeah. You're a professional, Nick.
A consummate professional, Mr. Brown. A consummate professional. Unlike last week, my professionalism has come back. I've got Mr. Pugh here to keep me in tow tonight, and we've got no GA, so we can't make any jokes of him. So, but if those kind of things are happening, something needs to be done about it, because they're sure as heck do things. As far as supporters are concerned, when supporters step out of line, and rightfully so, quite rightfully so. But if the police step out of line, then pretty much the same should happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Without wanting to go into it too much, obviously,
I didn't see it, Chris. Which is what I have to say.
They are allegations, obviously. Yes. So it is difficult to comment. But I made a point a couple of weeks ago after the QPR, when we were discussing what happened at QPR. Made a point that we are football fans, Blues fans in particular. I think, from my personal perspective, Blues, but away football fans in general still are
treated like
unwelcome,
cattle. Yeah.
unwelcome in
Yeah.
society, you know. And if you're a police officer on duty and you know that you're with the away supporters at a football game, you know, it's almost.
I think one of the.
I don't want to speak for police, and I don't want to tar everyone with the same brush, obviously. and I'm not here to do that.
Of course not.
But I would say that it's a case of do what is necessary to make sure that, you know, nothing kicks off with away supporters.
Okay,
and if that means using force, you know, we've seen it happen before. I've experienced it before at numerous away games.
Yeah.
You know, obviously that was only 5 years ago. I can't imagine what it was like in the 70s, 80s. But you know, you look at away grounds, the force police using away, you know, defending our police in a way now.
Yeah.
You look at the way foreign police treat our fans when our clubs travel away in Europe. I know
it's going to be certainly very interesting what goes on in France in the summer, isn't it?
Yeah, well, exactly. You know, but I'm trying to think who it was now. It might have been Manchester City recently when they went away. You know, and it was Chelsea.
Chelsea
in
was
Paris.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it was Chelsea.
It was Chelsea in Paris.
Not
Now
the
you
last
mentioned
time, but
France.
the recent.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago when they went
that's
to
it.
PSG, and when they scored, it kicked off with police there, with tear gas and batons, like you've mentioned. But
yeah,
so I think our police are a lot better than a lot of the police on the continent. But
definitely.
An
definitely.
absolute cracking comments just coming from ELO. He was with us a few minutes ago. Greetings, young sir. He'll put a different side to the story. Look at Derby away. Unless I was blind, I didn't see any trouble. No, the Derby police were having a photograph taken with me. They were having a laugh.
fun day,
and don't get me wrong, we stood outside the Asda shop, right? And there was a group of gentlemen stood outside there. They're all having a drink, a can of lager in the street. And a woman police officer walked past, and she was talking, you're right, gents, this was before the game, and I said to the guys, that is what football policing should be all about, and they absolutely agreed. And then she came back, I says, come on then, officers, let's have your photo. She wouldn't have a photograph taken. And I said, what football team do you support? She goes, unfortunately, you're rivals. And of course, so she took a bit of banter, but she was having some banter with the guys there. The gentlemen that I was standing with were aged from, mid-20s to probably mid-70s, and there was a group of about 12, 15 of us, not causing anybody any hassle, eating a sandwich, having a bit of Sunday afternoon sunshine, and one of the police officers had a bit of banter with us. Nice, because you then kind of feel, hey, you're spirited with it, But talking to Rachel on the internet this afternoon, she said they got off on at Birmingham on the train, and when the train pulled off, what are you going to sing? We're on our way, and they were told to shut their mouths. You don't speak to human beings like that if you're another human being in a job.
In large circles, away football supporters aren't human beings. They are completely unwanted in society.
That's in whose eyes?
Well, that's a good question.
Right, okay, because like I say, I was treated with the absolute opposite.
Yeah,
absolutely the opposite. But then as I look around me...
you didn't go on the train with a congregation?
No, I didn't, no. But I was outside Asda, and, there's a large congregation of Birmingham fans outside there. But then just before that, I'd parked the car up and we're walking down towards the football stadium, walked past a pub, 5 or 6 Wolves fans stood outside of it. And the one youth just, you Wolves! I can take that. It's a bit of banter, right? And I says, shame we're barred from all your pubs today, ain't it, lads, right? And they kind of like intimidated that I could go in and have a drink with them in almost quite an intimidating way. And as I walked off laughing, I was called effing scum and this, that and the other. And I don't want that. I'm 54 years old. I've got 4 kids, 3 grandchildren. I don't need it. I don't want any of it. I've never been in any kind of trouble in my life as a football supporter. Not ever. And... It's just unnecessary. Get on.
Is it almost as though, because you get different attitudes from different police forces, it seems.
Yeah.
Do you think it's almost as though they're briefed on
the questions
how to react?
Of course they are.
One of the questions I'd like to have answered, Chris, is why on a spring, beautiful sunny day, and everybody's gone there, and there should be joviality at football games like that, right? Yes, you're going to get the banter inside the football ground, of course you are, right? Why not keep the Blues fans in for 10 minutes after the match, and when home fans have disappeared, and then they've got a safer passage up and out and through. What's 10 minutes? I wouldn't mind waiting 10 minutes. I haven't got a problem with it. But then the question that I was asking myself as I was looking around that football stadium, why have all the police got crash helmets attached to their legs? They were in semi-riot gear already.
Yeah.
Why?
And that in itself is intimidating.
But they don't. We don't do that at Birmingham. We didn't see that at Derby. There was 3,000 plus went to Derby.
Yeah.
We didn't see that there.
Yeah.
We didn't see it at where else? I don't know. I'm sure they haven't, seen it at other away games. I've not done any other away games. And I doubt we'll see it at Huddersfield.
There wouldn't have been any at Blackburn with 600 there.
Well, no, but when we take a decent away following, if you do have to have that kind of equipment and those kind of officers, because you have intelligence that something may or may not go on, they're usually kept in the background. These were on full view. I'm thinking this looks intimidating already.
Well,
but
like
and that's
Chris
for me
said,
from a 54-year-old man's point of view.
Like Chris said, they'll have been briefed.
Yeah.
They'll have had their plans. They'll have been talking about it for a month before the game.
It was obviously
what their protocol was going to be. Don't let anything get out of hand.
Yeah.
Don't let anything get out of control.
Yeah.
And I would imagine it would have been do whatever is necessary to make sure nothing gets out of control here.
But if this thing, incident did happen, is it necessary to beat a pregnant woman with a stick?
Of course it's not.
That's an allegation. Of course, it's an allegation.
Yeah.
And there's no way that I know that because I didn't see it, and I can only go by what I did see.
Yeah.
And
I
all
haven't
I saw.
seen any footage either. Seems to be.
I've seen some footage of from a distance, and all of a sudden there was just a melee, and it was over as quick as it began. Thankfully, six arrests of Birmingham City football supporters. Apparently, those have all been bailed. Again, if you want to cause trouble, don't come. Go and do something else.
I was also wondering
today
whether it was just us, or whether it was other people, other fans that go to Molineux that are treated the same.
Well, there's a time where Cardiff and Millwall fans were barred from Molineux, wasn't there? Where they wouldn't have wouldn't allow those fans in the ground.
When I left the football
for
ground,
a
Chris,
few years,
and I walk up to the top of that hill, because then Asda's on your left-hand side, walk up to the top of that hill, and you get to the point where the police...
Why is every away ground based around where an Asda is?
I don't know.
for you.
It's where he gets his
what do you mean everyone?
cheap whiskey in there.
Well, we've discussed Derby and...
Is there an
Wolves
Asda
now,
Derby?
and you just mentioned we were standing outside Asda at Derby with having banter with the police.
No, I was having banter with the police at Wolves. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
That was at Wolves before the game on Sunday.
Oh, it was Derby's. I was going to say other supermarkets are available.
Yeah, that's it. That was my main point. Yeah, we're not sponsored by Asda.
No, not yet.
And so I left, and then turned left at the top of the hill. Walked and crossed over the road, and there was a couple of Wolves fans there chatting with me on the way back to the car. Not a problem. Oh, you should have won that, mate. Get back to the car. This other guy comes out of his car. He says, "I don't know how you didn't win that one, kid." Normal people. There are normal people at football. There are, of course. You'll always get your odd numpty now and again. One of the things I did see on a video that I don't condone and I do dislike was yet another smoke bomb let off in the street. Whoever you are that owns the smoke bombs, go somewhere else. Go and play tiddlywinks. I'm not interested. Anyway, that was that side of that. We should really be talking about the game more.
Yeah.
But it was a big issue of the day.
What the heck was going on in the first half? We were silent. We just could not get our supporters going at all.
Yeah.
Absolutely silent.
What happened?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It was just the Wolves were very noisy, I must admit, and they were constantly noisy all the way through that half. Yeah. And it's very unlike a Birmingham City away crowd to have. Perhaps we were just respecting the Sabbath.
I think it's more the expectation now that being in this close to the playoffs, we're travelling to a Wolves side that haven't pulled up any trees this season. They're not the greatest Wolves side I've seen, and I think there was an expectation that we'd go there and really take them on from the off.
Yep.
Which isn't the Blues way, so I'm not quite sure why that expectation was there. But the way the first half panned out, obviously,
The despair
I'm
on
sure-
some of the people's. On
well, I'm
some
sure
of
a
the
lot of the
fans'
Blues
faces
fans were
afterwards.
thinking, well, you know, why aren't we going and why aren't we attacking them, sort of thing. And I think that's probably why it was relatively quiet in the first half. But as I said, we haven't gone anywhere and taken them on straight away.
Yeah.
So why we'd go to Wolves and be any different, I don't know.
Well, SKC says it's that stand nowhere else in the country. Well, we are very spread out, very, very thinly spread out. I think
Along
it's about,
the whole back.
Yeah.
the whole
I think
side,
it's about 12
And
seats
that's
up or
well, that's the
something like that,
idea of
isn't
it. I
there?
think that's the
7,
Yeah,
8,
it
9,
could
10,
be,
yeah.
Shut the
Yeah.
away fans up.
Yeah.
Which is what we should be doing.
And what, sorry?
Shut the away fans up. That's
Well,
what I do.
yeah, I mean, that's what we're very good at usually
Shove them in
as
the
well.
crappiest part of the ground,
Yeah.
and there you go.
Yeah,
I think if we shove people into the main stand at Blues,
into the paddocks. Yeah.
yeah. There you go.
Okay, so the other big burning issue for me on Saturday, which is putting the game aside again, is that just come half time, just before half time, I thought I'd nip up to the toilet. You know what the queues are like in there, especially at Molyneux. It's in that corridor. It's one entrance in and one out. It's not like the Blues where you've got plenty of facilities. There was an elderly gentleman sat just at the entrance of Block 7. Well, he wasn't sat, he was stood at the time, having a bit of a rant at 2 police officers and a security lad. And he kept pointing up above. And all I could hear was this gentleman kept saying, "We always get spit on when we come here." Right? This is an old man. He's actually older than me. Yes, I'm Blue Hopper, I am 54 years old. I know I don't look it, but I am. Born Christmas Day, 1961. I don't use Nivea.
I can convert. You need it.
And so I said to this chap, I said, "Matey," I said, "first thing, buddy," I said, "calm yourself down." I said, "because these 2 police officers are going to arrest you and take you out." I said, "You don't want to be thrown out, mate." I said, "What's going on?" And he was in a livid mood, and I could just hear the word spitting. And as I looked up, there was 2 gentlemen peering over the top with smug grins on their face. So I'd got my phone in my hand, actually on camera, and I clicked, and I have got their photograph. Now, I've written to both Birmingham City Football Club today and Wolverhampton Wanderers. I haven't had a response as yet, apart from an automatic reply to say that I'll get a response in the next few days. And this is the email that I've put to Blues and specifically to Wolves Head of Security today. Good afternoon, my name's Nick Small, presenter of the ever-popular Tilton Talk Show.
Increasingly.
Aired on Mondays on SRB Radio. I'm 54 years old, a lifetime Birmingham supporter, father of 4, grandfather of 3. Don't tell Blue Hobber that though, William. No. Now, I attended the match on Saturday with my son, who'll be 30 next week, just prior to half-time, went to the toilet and left the viewing area through entrance exit 7. There were two police officers at the exit and a member of your security staff. As I was walking through, an elderly gentleman to my right was having a heated discussion with the police and a steward regarding 2 individuals above who had allegedly, because I didn't see the incident, been spitting upon him from above. I asked the 2 police officers on behalf of the man, who thankfully for his sake I managed to calm down, what they were going to do about it, and they replied nothing, as it was a stewarded event, despite this despicable act being a public order offence. So then I asked the steward what he was going to do about the situation, and he replied he couldn't do anything as it was in the upper tier, and he couldn't do anything without the supervisor. The police, who had radio communication with themselves and I dare say to a control centre, were just not prepared to even use their radios to get these alleged offenders dealt with. I am assuming there were police in the upper tier as well who could have intervened. With that, I beckoned the supervisor, who was currently on the pitch at that time, pitch side, the supervisor up the stairs to the area where the gentleman was. He was still fuming, and I had to leave it at that, because once again reassure the gentleman was being dealt with so that he could watch the rest of the game that he had paid to see. I've taken a photograph of the alleged perpetrators, which I'm willing to send to you should you wish. The topic of spitting will be openly debated on tonight's Tilton Talk Show, as will lack of actions from West Midlands Police to act upon what is actually a crime. Spitting is abhorrent, vile and disgusting. However, I am not pointing the finger at your football club, as it is always down to an individual who carries out such vile and cowardly act. I have to reiterate that I did not myself see the act, just the poor gentleman in a distressed state with the words when he shouted, "We always get spat on when we come here." As I was genuinely needing the toilet this time, I didn't get the officers' numbers who are standing at this entrance, and would also like to thank the supervising steward for his actions in helping to prevent further instances. Please let me know if you're interested in the photographs, and I'm sure your CCTV will assist you in any further inquiries you make. I know this won't be looked into and concluded before tonight's broadcast, but I will be asking for resolution so that I can report back to our listeners. There you go. Shame, isn't it?
It's quite disgusting, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Shame. Shameful. But again, I do have to reiterate that I didn't physically see it, like I didn't see the violence or the issues with the police outside. But, you know, a gentleman of his age is not going to be complaining about that if it hasn't happened to him,
it's
in
unlikely,
my
isn't
opinion.
it? Yeah.
In my opinion.
It's unlikely, but...
So I've sent that to a gentleman at Birmingham City, Chris, whose name eludes me.
Oh, Dave Holt, I think.
who is a
Dave
Wolves
Holt.
fan, apparently.
I've
Allegedly.
heard.
And also to Wolverhampton Wanderers for them to pass on to their respective security guys. And half an hour's gone and we haven't even really spoke about the game.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Annoying, but you know, these things do spring up. We can't stop them. Wish we could, but they do spring up. Doco says, Nick, I don't look a year over. Voa for 75. Voa. What's in the box? Do you wear it, Chris?
You can't. You can't wear it.
You can't wear it. You're
physically
hesitating.
can't wear it.
You're hesitating.
Yeah, no.
No. So it's not. It's not something you
I've
wear.
put a picture up of the box, but don't let me say. But I can assure you, there is a box here in the studio
There is.
with summer in it.
Summer in it.
Summer
Now we
in it.
established. Apparently, Sharon established last night that it's not your dead cat.
It's not a dead cat.
No. That's a bit cavasson, wasn't it?
It was,
really?
yeah.
Did you laugh?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good, because I wrapped it. I robbed the phone off her. She says, "Oh, look, what's in the box?"
That's why I said,
I'm having that.
Which one?
She goes, "You can't send that. You
Both
can't
have died.
She says, "You can't send that. You can't send that." I go, bing, send button gone. She looked at me like just her mouth was just agape. Okay, getting back to more things football related. Then we've got a game, a big away game coming up against Huddersfield. Are you going to that one?
I will be going to that one.
We're all going that one, aren't we?
Right. Okay. I think we're up to. Last I checked was 31.
We're up to 30, actually.
30. Okay,
yeah, we're
so
up to
we're 30. So if anybody out there, what are we trying to make it to?
We can have a few more, so we can have up to 49, I think. Dennis
49.
just said. So if anyone else wants to pop along with us,
That will be
let us
leaving.
know.
That will be leaving Solihull at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
A drop off at Utoxeter for a
few babies.
few bevies and a sandwich, hopefully.
Yeah.
Then the journey on up to Huddersfield, return, drop off at Utoxeter, a few bevies, and then the journey home, hopefully with 3 points. And another away day that we can remember, for all the right reasons.
Or maybe not remember.
Well, the thing is, it's. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to go there again. Was that a professional rant, Chris?
It was all right. Yeah.
No, one bad, was it? Right. Okay. So we do have details now of the date, which is the 23rd of April 2016. It is a Saturday, and we have an estimate of the cost of the tickets, £25-27-ish. We think. We don't know
I'm
yet
still
because we're waiting for Amir to
confirm. Yeah.
We're also hoping that Amir's going to come along on the day. Nice to meet him at Molineux on Sunday. Also met Rachel, Nicole, my cousin Steve Ireland, Shane Ireland, who writes in the...
Oh, yes, Shane.
Yeah, it's my cousin's son. So nice to meet up with all those guys and have a quick hello. There were a few more as well, but their names elude me because I'm 54.
We get it. Yeah.
Jays.
Look a lot older. Yeah, and we think the coach tickets are going to be around 25 mark.
Around, but again, we're waiting to confirm. But obviously, once we're, the more numbers we get, the little bit cheaper it will get incrementally. I take it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know.
Possibly.
Who cares? We're going anyway. We're going. Yeah. We're on our way. Will the police tell us to shut up if you start singing that outside here?
The driver will tell us to
It hasn't been confirmed yet whether any alcohol will be available on the bus.
I think it's up to the driver.
It's up to the driver?
Yeah.
If you're nice to him.
Okay, all right. Again, all these things will get
won't be
confirmed
homemade
over
cider, though.
the next week or two. You've got homemade cider. How many bottles of that have you got, Chris?
I've got another 44 to get through.
All right, I'll take one home with me then. Blue Hopper will be celebrating a Villa relegation party at Huddersfield. I'm hoping that's the day.
Wouldn't that be a good day?
Yes, I'm hoping that's the day. The 23rd away day. Blah, blah, blah. It would be good. What's in the box? Do you use it?
You don't use it. You don't use it.
You don't use it?
You don't use it.
Is it mineral?
which is mineral.
All right, I'll rephrase that.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it blue?
Is it blue? No.
Chris, 4 minutes to 8. Hopefully you've got a guest coming on the line at 8 o'clock.
Yes, I'll pop off and see if I can set the call up.
Okay,
in a second. Yeah,
wonderful. So we'll have 2 or 3 minutes of what's in the box. Let's have some suggestions as to what it might be and some questions. We need some questions for Chris. He was absolutely adamant last week because he thought it was his what's in the box last week. Unfortunately, it wasn't. It was mine. I claimed it and bagged it. You got the Nivea. You also got the bottle of Nivea cream, which it looks like you've been using all week, Chris.
I have
to be perfectly
actually.
honest with you. It's still there on the side.
Can't you tell?
So we need to find out what's in the box. Right? Okay.
I'm going to win this one.
Is there any liquid involved
Nope.
in it? No liquid. So
I'm
it's a
gonna be
solid.
so strict on this.
So it's a solid. If it's not,
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Well, it's not material.
No.
No. Okay. Well, I'm giving you some clues here, people. SKC says they'll be gone by on the 16th of April at the latest, so long as Sunderland or Norwich pick up 4 more points. Now, Leicester playing Newcastle tonight. I think Sunderland have got a game in hand as well, have they?
I think they have. Yeah.
And if they
Ipswich have got a game. In
if they
hand.
win that out of the last 8 games, they're going to need like a shed load of points.
Yeah.
A shed load of points. Nice to see Radio Aston giving an extra half hour, to the football phone in tonight.
Oh, right,
yeah,
okay.
they had a Blue Nose on there. They're doing this takeover thing this week, aren't they? And thanks to Keith Bracey also this morning for Sports Radio mention live on Radio
Live on
WM.
Yeah, it's nice to get a mention, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, and also looking forward to the rugby show coming back shortly.
Yes, April the 4th, I believe, is
Big
going to be
announcement.
the first. Yeah, he's going to be the first show. It's going to precede the Tilton Talk Show fortnightly.
Fortnightly,
yeah. So
brilliant.
Mr.
Looking
Bracey
forward
back
to
in the
meeting
studio.
Keith
Yeah.
again. Lovely chap, very knowledgeable,
Very.
and very very good with his projection of his voice as well. Yeah.
Very.
Okie doke. Right, Chris Pugh, you've got our guest on the line tonight.
I have a piece of news that was actually made the BBC Sport website earlier in the week. To talk you through it. Hello, Ashleigh Mills.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm alright, thank you. Are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Welcome to the Tilton Talk Show. For the listeners, obviously he has been quite well publicised on the BBC Sport website, as I mentioned. But do you just want to tell the listeners exactly what happened this week?
Yeah, well, I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis on Thursday and have had to terminate my contract with Doncaster Bells and retire from professional football.
That's an awful lot to take in, Ashley, at the age of 20. I'm a 54-year-old man. You know, I'm getting on in years now, and I've had my few issues with health along the way. But at 20, that must be an absolute bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah, it was, but I knew something wasn't right when I've been training with the club. I could tell like I'm not getting back to usual fitness, and that's why I went back to see the neurologist, and that's when I got diagnosed this week.
So obviously playing for Doncaster Bells, not only Doncaster Bells but England in under 19 international as well. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And obviously along the way you've made a lot of friends, and I think the outpouring towards you on social media has been something I've found really, really nice. Like there's been a lot of people, fellow professionals, people you've played with and everything. Just a quick message for all of those.
Yeah, I can't thank everybody enough for the support. I can't believe I didn't realise that many people like me, if I'm honest. But,
I'll get the same treatment, Ashley, to be honest with you.
It seems so nice. Like I've had people from America, Australia, footballers and Paralympians just saying, like, just keep going. So it's been really positive, and I can't thank everybody enough.
So obviously, unfortunately, having to retire from the game, but what is the plan now? Is there a way in which you can stay with Doncaster in some sort of non-playing capacity? Yeah.
I've got to speak to the chairman, but he said like there's you're going to find a role for me, so behind the scenes, which will be great experience. And I've spoke to the under-19 manager this morning, and she's trying to look for something for me to do, like be it the video analysis, which that'll be a great experience as if I'm still involved. And also, Glenn Harris, the manager, said I'm always welcome to come down and train, which is good. So I get to see all the girls still, which it'd be good.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be really nice to stay in the game in some sort of capacity. So, really, from your point of view now, unfortunately not being able to play, but what are your thoughts on the season ahead for Doncaster?
Oh yeah, I think they'll do great. Like, obviously we're underdogs, but I think we'll go and give every game a really good go, and I've got every confidence in that they'll do well. And I just think they'll do really well. Like, I've seen them in pre-season; they look fit and healthy. So yeah, I think they'll give it a good go.
Obviously on a Blues Birmingham show at the moment. A playoff rival you're a fan of at the moment, Sheffield Wednesday. How do you see the end of the season going for Wednesday?
I don't know. I could not tell you, because when I went to Brighton the other night, we did all right, but not the best. But then I been to Rotherham when we lost 1-0, and we were shocking. But I couldn't make it on at Nottingham Forest. But obviously 3-0 win away, which is good. So I don't know. They're all right one week, then not so good the next. So I don't know. I don't think we'll make playoffs. I think we'll slowly go down.
Oh really? Do you think so? I mean,
yeah.
It's that sort of league, isn't it, where you can lose at home to someone like Rotherham and then go to Nottingham Forest and win 3-0. It's such a crazy league, but I don't know.
Saying that though, Forest Cherry were back when and he's our best player, so keep him fit and not being sent off. I think we'll maybe do all right, but not good enough yet for Premiership. So I don't know, maybe a few seasons.
So you're happy to wait another year or two and then go up then?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Just a final word then. Basically, the Twitter and Facebook groups and everything that have been really pleasing for you. And we just wanted to pass on our best wishes as well and everything.
Thank you.
If you were to stay with Doncaster, and come down to Blues, or when Blues come up to Doncaster, be sure to bump into us and say hello, because we'll be at the women's games as well. So. Oh,
are you going to be at Sheffield FC versus? I've got a friendly, haven't they? I think is it next week, or I don't know. I think they have. I'll be down there, but then obviously I'll be there at the games versus Birmingham.
Yeah,
so, I'll see you.
We'll come up to the league game at Doncaster, because obviously that's at the Keep Moat, isn't it? So. That'd be really good to go up to there, and obviously we'll come and say hello to you then as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ashleigh, absolute pleasure and a joy for you to be in with us tonight, mate, from our behalf, and I'm sure everybody here at Sports Radio and everybody connected with Birmingham City and Birmingham City Ladies wishes you all the very best for the future. And we don't normally do this. You normally have to come in. And we normally vote three-way whether you're going to be a friend of the show or not. Ashleigh, friend of the show?
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Chris?
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. There you go. You've been officially voted a friend of the show. You are on the friend of the show list. Ashleigh, thanks ever so much for joining us. And, keep in touch, mate, because I tell you what, we always, every single week, give a slot to ladies football. That's what we definitely do here every week. All right, bless your heart, my little flower.
Thank you.
Ta-ra. See ya. Bye-bye, love.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Ashleigh.
What a top lady.
Yeah, magnificent. It was quite a shock. Like, obviously, I don't know her personally, but know her through Doncaster Bells and the England youth international teams and things like that. So, but for someone like you say, 20 years old, to have to give up the game, playing the game they love because of that illness. Especially at this point in women's football as well, where you can just feel it's on the verge of breaking through, and a 20-year-old who had a bright future in the game.
20 years old.
Yeah, it was.
What, an intelligent talker as well?
Absolutely, yeah.
She's got to come back.
Yeah,
We've got to get
used
her
to
in.
speaking to intelligent
I know.
people, so it was a bit of a
Normally
shocker, that
Doco's
was.
their level.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but it was no, it's nice to have her on and just to explain her feelings on what she's had to go through this week. But as I mentioned to her, the Facebook and Twitter comments to her and everything have been really brilliant, and there's been nothing but best wishes for her from people. So.
I think Blue Hobber put it back into perspective a minute ago with a comment. This story puts football into perspective, really, a game to be enjoyed.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is a sport.
We're going to take us a half-time break now, because I don't know why that 45 minutes has gone to, almost 45 minutes. I know, Chris, I know. Got so much to get through in the second half. Please stay with us and join us.
We are all supporters of our team. We chant the Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Let's hear you in the cup, singing our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the pointed roll when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We have a team that's tops here at St Andrews. They gotta give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever. Let's hear it from the stand. So come on, City, sing this song once more. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day.
I am a lineman for the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wire, I can hear you through the whine. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. I know I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line.
chant of super blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton, who'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy, following the blues. We love you, what more can we say?
Welcome back to Monday Nights, Monday Nights Tilton Talk Show, as sponsored by the ELO Group of Companies. And thank you very much for your sponsorship. We dearly, dearly, dearly enjoy it. Chris, right, sad news coming out of the ladies this week, then, which you covered earlier.
Yeah.
What else have you got for us this week?
Yeah, well, obviously, wasn't here last week on last week's show because
we were Nobby, wasn't he?
We were really naughty last week.
I was slumming it.
Yeah. We did not have the voice of all reason to keep us under control.
I did listen again, and I was absolutely disgusted with what I heard.
Do you know, it was one of them things I think was just destined to happen last week, wasn't it?
Without
what I mean,
me,
Chris?
yeah.
Yeah, without you, yeah. As soon as, when the cat's away, the mice will play.
Batteries have just gone on my headphones.
Never mind. Okay, so what did you get up to last week then, buddy?
Yeah, so was over at St Andrews for the kit launch and the announcement of the new captain and a couple of Q&As and interviews. So got there. Obviously, the kit had been revealed earlier on in the afternoon. My point of view, beautiful kit.
Adidas.
Really nice to see Adidas.
Are you impressed with the Adidas sponsor deals?
I am. Yeah, definitely.
Don't think I've heard any negativity, to be honest with you.
I don't think the kit will be exactly the same as that for Blues, but if it's anything like, and speaking to the girls, that the feel of it, the quality of the shirt is so much better than what they've previously been wearing. So it's definitely a step in the right direction with Adidas.
And it's kind of another step in the right direction, isn't it? And I was saying to Sharon at home last week with this the release of that with Adidas. Now Adidas are a global company, global company,
number one sports retailer,
and they're all of a sudden supplying Birmingham City with their kits. And they want to be associated with the name of Birmingham City. I said to Sharon, something is going on in the background, and then we've had a little announcement today. Yeah. But anyway, let's not distract that from the ladies. So.
No, but so obviously the kit was revealed, and then on the nighttime event, the captain and vice captain were announced as Emily Westwood and Keris Harrop.
Was that as you predicted?
I expected Harrop to be in with a shout. I really, honestly, didn't even consider Westwood when I should have done, because she's one of the most experienced members of the squad. Been in and around first team football at the highest level in this country for a long time now, and she's learnt from some of the best captains in the game over her career. So, but it was announced that it wasn't just the manager; it was manager and players combined who made the decision. So, which is really nice for someone like. I managed to grab a word with Westwood and Harrop and just mention, they mentioned how proud they were that it was a joint effort to nominate them, as opposed to, the manager saying you're the captain because you're the best player or whatever. For the whole squad to nominate them as captain and vice captain was really nice for them. So yeah. There was a lot of positivity in the room. There was a lot of
fantastic.
Good. And the evening, I take it, was all conducted up there in the Legends Lounge. A little bit of dinner, which is more than you get here.
Yeah, there was a beer and a Balti.
Was that? No, can I just ask a question about the Balti? Was it leftover Balti pies from the deal the other week with the scrape out the middle?
It was
just
asking. No, it was not. No, it was freshly made that evening. I didn't take it up because of my allegiance to Slimming World, and it was the day before weigh-in, so I didn't have anything. But yeah, it was a really nice event, and they put on a good show, and the manager and the captain and vice captain and Tim Andrews all took part in a Q&A, which Tim asked the questions, and then they opened it up to the audience and everything, and then obviously after that I managed to grab word with most of the
all
the
positive
contingent that were there. It was there was a lot of positivity in the room. Yeah, there was questions about little issues that were worrying the fans. Pre-season friendlies not being able to be seen, and his answer to that was, we don't want to give anything away to, he said that in previous seasons he's been and gone to other teams' pre-season games to spy on them and see what they're doing in pre-season, so he doesn't want anybody else to.
But I said, was there many there at the MQ Lawn?
Yeah, there was quite a few. Most of the tables were full, so I reckon there was about 80 to 100. Yeah, so I think
that's actually a good turnout, isn't it? For
it is. I think there was about 10 to a table, and there was about eight tables. Including
there is about 8, 10 in
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't too bad. Yeah.
How times have changed.
Absolutely. Yeah. £15. You get your food and your drink as complimentary food and drink as well, and get to listen to what they had to say, sort of thing. So.
We must get Tim back in again soon.
Yeah,
we must do
he did mention he'd be willing to come in and bring it. The only trouble is, because we're on a Monday night, they've got their training is on a Monday night and video analysis.
What we could do? When we close our season down and we have our summer sabbatical, could we do it on the Tuesday after that, if that was at all possible?
We could do on Tuesday. It's Chris Pugh as a few
it's
on the Tuesday.
I have prior commitments on Tuesdays.
You'd need to be there because you know all the questions to ask.
And speaking of Tim and sponsors, we've just had a wonderful offer from our sponsor, haven't we?
Absolutely. I've seen a snippet of it. I can't digest it all yet, though. But
he's
tell you what, should we?
He's going to treat us to a long weekend.
Oh. That's
heavens above! What a thought!
But there you go. But if it's where he's just taken us to this weekend, it is a beautiful place. Really, is a beautiful place.
Is it within the UK?
Like it. You'll like it.
Is it within the UK?
It is in the UK. Yeah. It's in Ross. It's down in Ross. Yeah, it's a really nice place, honestly.
Lovely.
Really
okay,
nice,
we'll have a look at that afterwards.
I'm not going to mention what's in the box because I want to win.
Docker's top comment is not worth reading out. Is it the? What's the main about the ladies? We've done that one. Covered that one. Okay. So anything else from the ladies' camp then before we?
No, not really. Kirsty Linnett signed a new deal in the week, and she scored 2 goals in a pre-season friendly away at Everton yesterday in a 3-0 win. In a 3-0 win, so they are division below us, but it's good to get a few goals and a bit of confidence before the start of the season. The FA Cup game against Arsenal on Sunday at home.
It's cracking. You going to that one?
Yes, I'll be going. Yeah, and I think we've got a few clips to play at some point.
Brilliant.
In the coming weeks from the night. Yeah.
I can set one up now if you want to do one in a few seconds.
Why ever not? Why ever not? Super 6, not really want to talk about that much this week.
No, I don't think I do either, actually.
No, you don't.
No, I don't, you know. No, Mr. Brown might do, I think.
I think you came below me alphabetically.
Oh, okay.
I think I only got 4 points.
I am slowly catching up with you.
Yes, you got 7, didn't you, Chris?
It's getting closer.
I
think I'm 9 behind you, not far behind.
It's only a good week, isn't it? That's all you need.
7 for Mr. Brown.
7 for Mr. Brown. 4 for me.
4 for me. Yeah. A lot of 4s actually this week.
Mr. Hudson, what did he do?
Mr. Hudson, Gareth Hudson with a 6. Yeah.
Stokey.
Still leading the way.
He's actually moved to Stoke now, so...
Daniel Bishop leading the way.
Yeah.
But now only 1 point ahead of Ray Hobber.
Ray, come on.
It is a 2-horse race.
And of course we do have the trophy to give away at the end of the football season, which is sitting on the windowsill here. And I wouldn't say it was gathering dust, Chris, as you own a cleaning company.
Anyway, back to the ladies. We are hopefully going to do a ladies' night on Bank Holiday Monday.
Right.
Because we've got 2 shows. One sort of like before and after. A show which Gabby's presented, I think about 12 months ago, with the ladies team, and then we're going to follow that with Chris's interviews with the present team and that one. And just so happens we have got a short snippet now which we're going to play.
And 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
It's recording. You can see, like it says there, recording.
Yeah.
So you know it's recording. And then to stop it,
Well, I'm here at the Blues Ladies launch for the new kit, new captain and the new season, and I'm here with coach David Parker and midfielder / striker Coral Haynes. David, first question to you. How do you think the evening's gone? Obviously the kit launch earlier on in the afternoon, and then the captain and the Q&A tonight.
Yeah, I think it's been a very positive day for the football club overall. I mean, we've tried to be as transparent and open as possible within the quick Q&A section to kind of like really get to the fans of what we've been doing, how we've been doing it, and what the plans for the future are. And having people like Easy Group and Adidas come on board shows you the ambitions that they want to be part of this football club.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the kit itself with Adidas, as you say, it's already created a buzz on social media. A lot of people are liking the look of it. Excited obviously because the men's team will be Adidas as well, so it has created a lot of buzz already, so hopefully it can attract more people to the Blues Ladies, as we'll be the first one to wear the Adidas.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, within the kit, hopefully now, I'm sure you'll see the men's fans wearing it in the home stadium. They want to be one of the first ones to put on the Adidas kit. So bringing that together, the more people that are wearing the Birmingham City Ladies badge out and about, whether it be Solihull Moor, St Andrews, out and about in the town of Birmingham, and further afield abroad with our international supporter base group as well. So the more that brand gets recognised, and I think that's hugely important now, that we're recognised as a brand, that it is Birmingham City Ladies and how we want to move forward, that people recognise, and that's synonymous. Adidas and Blues go together now.
Absolutely. Coral, from a player's perspective, how nice, I know the Sondico issue last season, how nice will it be to put on the Adidas shirt for the new season for you and the players?
I think personally, and I'm speaking probably on behalf of the team, it's going to be a massive boost for us as a team, squad, for us to feel good, look good, as well as try and play good as well. I think we're going to feel a lot more comfortable in the Adidas kit, and we're just going to enjoy wearing it.
From the season coming up, obviously we've had a few of the girls at England and the 23 level getting back into pre-season now.
Well, that kind of gives you a feel of what was going on at St Andrews with the kit launch and the announcement. Sorry, the captain and vice captain. With the voice of all reason, Mr. Pugh. Well done, my good friend, well done. Right, okay, Super 6, we've kind of covered that already. We didn't do very well this week, Chris, so we're just going to leave that, unless we have a good week. There's nothing we can really talk about there, is there?
No.
What is in this box? Now, we're not having very, very few suggestions tonight. Is it luxury or a necessity?
I'd say it's more a luxury.
It's more of a luxury, okay.
Although maybe to some religions, it's a necessity.
Oh, is it a religious icon?
It could be.
No, it could be. Is it a bottle from Lord's?
What a good guess. No.
But it was a good guess.
It was. Leicester 1-0 up.
Oh, joy. Is that the time? Oh, dear.
His face dropped.
What an absolute disaster.
Oh, dear me, dear me. When we say religion, would we be talking not football religion? Is it football related, Chris?
It's not football related.
It's not football related.
No.
So
Is
it's
it a
religion.
miniature?
And you can't eat it.
Is it a miniature Buddha?
I hate you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My clue was going to be, you ain't heavy.
He's my Buddha.
Damn! What made you get that?
Oh, Chris.
How did you get that? Did you notice it was missing?
Absolute classic.
No, I didn't even. Was it off there? I
Didn't even know.
Your turn next week, buddy. Right.
That's the first one I've ever got.
Now.
Is it?
That's the first one I've got.
Do you know what? I bet that feels like you've just won the Premier League, doesn't it, Chris?
I wouldn't know.
Can we discuss the top of the Premier League? Leicester now going 5 points clear tonight.
If they hold on.
If they hold on. Well, I don't think they're not going to against what seems to be a doomed Newcastle side.
Oh, that's an interesting quote.
Yeah. Even though I think they've splashed the cash, they've tried. Fundamentally, I think the club's in a rotten place, pretty much like that one up the road. But hey ho.
What do you think of the sacking of?
Sorry.
What do you think of the sacking of McLaren?
Inevitable.
Yeah.
There's just he doesn't fill anybody with any confidence. You know, it's all right when it's going well for him, but when you're on a losing run, he wouldn't fill me with confidence if he was my manager.
Exit stage left for Mr. Pugh, up the Foxes. There you go.
Yeah, wonderful. What a wonderful, brilliant.
Oh dear.
You look dejected, Chris. You look a
I'm
little bit down.
dejected, I'm livid.
Did you actually think that maybe Newcastle could have got something from that game?
I did.
Really?
New manager uplift. Yeah, I know their away record is.
Well, look, we're only half hour into the
absolutely
game.
appalling.
We're half an hour into the game. It was an 8 o'clock kick-off, so we've got a little way to go yet.
More hope than expectation. Of a new manager comes in and your players lift a little bit, but
And the other question that we've been asking you all year, of course, yet another loss again for the dejected minions from across the street there.
Yes.
Docos asked the same question. Do you think B6 will stay up this season?
No.
You're definite. Is that definite now?
Yeah.
Is it
They're
doomed?
gone. I literally can't. I had a little spreadsheet of all the fixtures left and trying to work out what everybody's going to end up with.
Bear in mind, you're the guy that gets 4 points on Super 6.
Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly. It doesn't help. But yeah, I can't give them anywhere near enough to stay up.
No chance?
No.
0.
2%.
But that's still a chance. All right, okay.
But
Have
no,
I missed the voice of all reasons rant?
You have, I'm afraid. No, you haven't.
No,
What do you know?
I was going to say,
God,
I haven't
blimey.
ranted yet.
No.
I haven't.
No, it's 'cause
I
I did-
haven't even got started.
I got onto spitting and the likes.
Yeah,
No, awfully sorry about that. Okay,
yeah.
well, what we'll do then is we'll whiz through the competition, then we'll come to your rant. We have a competition winner last week for the T-shirt.
We do, yeah.
The gentleman that won it.
I've got to make sure I pronounce his name right because
Well, his
he'll
first
tell
na-
me off. His name is Mac Ilwain.
Dale
McIlwain.
Dale McIlwain. McIlwain.
Dale McIlwain
And
from,
he lives-
is it New York?
New York?
City.
New York.
Well, hello, Dale McIlwain.
So Dale,
New York.
Yeah.
I don't know what that accent was.
That's Brummy Bronx.
New York.
Brummy Bronx.
New Jersey. So Dale, if you can give me your details, I have Messenger. If you can give me your details, and I'll get that off to you.
There you go. Next competition, Chris, running
And
against...
we want a photograph of it.
Yes, absolutely. A photograph wearing it.
Yeah.
And
in
the
New-
Statue of
in New
Liberty.
York.
By the Statue of Liberty.
Oh.
I mean, he might live 30, 40 miles away from there. bless him.
Doesn't
never
matter.
been. He may
Doesn't
never-
matter. Worth it.
He may
Worth
never
taking the
have been.
trip.
He may never have been to the Statue of Liberty.
No, I've not been to New York. My son went to New York for quite a few months.
Have you ever met the
actually.
Queen? No.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, for God's sake.
No, I haven't.
No.
Well, not met her, like, you know.
Well, exactly.
Well, it is. Well, she was sitting 3 seats away. She got cushions and everything.
Oh, she's only small though. isn't she?
Yeah. Any road, we must move this along.
Careful.
It's going to
Move on.
descend. It's going to descend into last week's chaos
Well
again.
done, McIlwain.
Cut off the air.
Yeah, Dale McIlwain, well done for getting the competition right. Okay, next week's competition then, Fulham, predict the score. That'll go up, I take it, on the Tilton Talk page tomorrow. Okay, so that'll go up tomorrow night on the Tilton Talk page. Join in, that's the only place that you can view it, and then the only place that you can...
Actually, no, it'll be Wednesday. Won't it?
It'll
Sorry,
Wednesday.
or Thursday.
And that's the only place you can put your predictions. And the close off usually is
Friday.
Friday, is it 5 o'clock?
Six,
Friday, 6.
yeah. Depends how I feel.
Yeah, it was sometime Friday. We're late, Chris. Awfully sorry. I've got onto the spit.
I don't matter when it happens.
Please take your seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, please wait. And now, listen up for Mr. Pugh's Rant of the Week.
Now,
That's it.
I had it planned. It could have changed today with quite unnecessary stick that Blues got. I felt at the weekend, but I've decided to keep it as it was. Slightly less Blues related, but nevertheless, diving in football. There have been quite a number of occasions this week that have been in the press. A lot of spotlight has been put on it. Giving penalties, diving, contact, the like. Now, a lot of people, I've hardly heard anybody make the point that, for me, you can dive but it's also a penalty. Now, the Yannick Bolasie one, I don't know if you saw it on Friday night, Reading against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. Crystal Palace's first goal was a penalty quite late on in the game. A ball comes over the top. Bolasie's running onto it, and the defender puts his arm across. There's no way it's enough to make Bolasie go down. He hasn't flung his arm across him. He's just put his arm across.
Yeah.
Almost because he knows Bolasie's there. So he's just put his arm across, and Bolasie's gone down, and the penalty has been given.
Why did he put his arm across?
And there was an awful
answer the question.
Well, that's my point. There was so much. He's dived, never a penalty. He's dived, should be booked himself. Mm-hmm. The other guy was on a yellow card, so he then got another yellow card and was sent off for denying a goal scoring opportunity. Now, it was a dive. Yannick Bolasie did not need to go down. He was not forced down, so he has himself decided that he's going to go down. But it is a penalty because if the defender is foolish enough to put his arm across, he knows what's going to happen.
Of course, yeah.
It's Monday football. I say it's Monday football. People have dived for years now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But because there's so many cameras now, there was one camera at one game in the 70s and things like that.
We remember, don't we, Christopher?
But
he'd be pedaling the bike to power it.
Because there's 100 cameras a game at every game now. Everybody's got a different view of it. But there's so much we want diving kicked out of the game and all. If a player has gone down with absolutely no contact whatsoever, then yeah, book him. It's a dive. We don't want that. What isn't a dive and what is acceptable in football nowadays is making sure you get that penalty. Now, Benteke, he has been caught. He knows the defender's coming across, and the defender's caught him. He has bought that penalty. He has dived, but it is a penalty. He has made sure that he's getting that penalty. Bolasie did the same. I'm desperately trying to think of another one, which was in the week. There was Liverpool against Manchester United in the Europa League as well. Was a similar one. The Manchester United players tugged the arm. He didn't need to go down, but he's felt his arm tugged. If he doesn't, my point is,
as well, match of the day. I can't think what it was now.
If these players don't go down, then they're not going to get a penalty. And then they're going to get stick.
Yeah, Blue says Klinsmann was an embarrassment for diving, and Benteke is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Scenario, Christopher. Scenario. Are you ready? Rant scenario. Birmingham City.
Yeah. Playoff final.
Hang on.
I know what's coming.
Versus Derby.
Yeah.
Wembley.
Yeah.
93rd minute. Cadiz gets touched.
Yeah. Go down.
He breathes on him.
For goodness sake, go down. Make sure you get that penalty.
So you're advocating it then?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely, I'm advocating it because everybody else does it.
This is where I couldn't quite work out whether you was or you wasn't, so I was going to put.
No, I am advocating.
Right, okay.
I players make sure you get that penalty.
Diving.
No.
Let's make that very clear.
Don't go down when you haven't been touched.
Right.
That when there's no contact whatsoever, that is a pure dive.
What we should do is make it a non-contact sport.
Yawn.
In penalty area.
No.
That's what
the arm across. The arm across. When the defender puts your arm across, so Yannick Bolasie running onto the ball, he now can't get the ball because the arm's across. Is he supposed to stop and say,
"Carry on"?
Fair play for putting your arm across me like that. I'll leave you to it.
He could have took my neck off.
That's a quarter final.
That's an obstruction.
Yeah.
The quarter final of an FA Cup with about 2 minutes left. You have, by running onto the ball and outwitting the defender, so the defender has to put his arm across you. You've earned that penalty. You've won that penalty. So if he then goes down to make sure that he gets that penalty, that's fine.
Blue Hopper's saying, do you remember when the VAR won a penalty against the Blues and they interviewed Martin O'Neill after the game, proving Roger Johnson never made contact, and O'Neill said the intent was there. Interesting.
But there's another one. This intent issue. You can give a foul now for the intent of a tackle. You don't even need to make contact anymore. If the intent is there to what the referee deems to hurt the player or to foul the player, and the player goes over.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yellow, totally wrong. Any form of diving should be stopped. It's teaching the future of the game. It's okay if my lad dived and get slapped when he got off the pitch. But you're not talking about diving, are you?
No, from Yellow's point of view there, his lad is 10.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's playing youth football. No disrespect. It's massive. It's really important for his lad in the development of his football to play youth football, and there shouldn't be anything going on there. I'm not talking about youth football. I'm talking about the quarter-final of the FA Cup. I'm talking about last minute away at Crystal Palace in Benteke's situation when, you're 1-1 and a defender comes across you, and if you go down here, he's going to catch you.
SKC agrees with you, Chris. If there's a touch on a player and no touch on the ball, it's a penalty no matter how little amount of contact. In my opinion, agree with you, Chris.
It's a divisive one because so many people hate diving, but there's a difference between diving and making sure you get that penalty. And your point in case Cadiz in the last minute at Wembley, you could have it Harry Kane in the final of the Euros against Germany.
Oh, against the Germans, I'd take it anyway.
Well, yeah. But if he's winning a penalty, not diving, if he's winning that penalty, then I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's part of football, and you're not going to stop it because there's so much money involved, and there's so much at stake, at these elite levels in the Premier League, and I mean. How much you get for? So
money's the root of all.
Well, of course it is. Yeah. But when it was happening in the 70s, it was.
What, for the love of the game, basically?
Yeah, you wanted to win, but now there is so much at stake. Balassi doesn't go down, and that ends in 0-0, and Crystal Palace have to go back and play another game. I'm sure the manager would be in the changing room afterwards saying, "Why didn't you go down then? He's put his arm across you. Why didn't you go down and get that penalty?"
But you're not advocating diving.
No, not when there's no contact whatsoever.
Going down
but what I'm saying,
even minimal contact,
is you can have a situation where the player's
all right,
gone down easily.
So tell me then, why is it does the player, and play devil's advocate here, why does the player have to go down? Why can't the referee and the fourth official just notice what's going on?
They're not going
and give the penalty anyway.
How many times have we seen a referee give a penalty when the player hasn't gone down? It's so rare, which is why they go down to make sure that they get the penalty that. In a lot of cases, they've earned because the defender's been foolish enough to dive in, or the defender in the Crystal Palace case has been foolish enough to put his arm across.
ELO's actually responded to that. It happens at youth football as the kids see the professionals on TV diving and see the accolades they get, and they think it's right.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Then we're going on to a different subject, aren't we? Whether footballers should be role models and all this.
Yeah.
It is an evolving game, though, football always, isn't it? And obviously the speed of the game and the athleticism.
It changes every year.
And the weight of the ball and the condition of the grass, and there's like 100 cameras as opposed to one. It's a game that is constantly evolving. Technology's coming in more and more. There'll come a day when, our, shall we call them, one-time elite, because Leicester are the elite of the Premier League at the moment. Break away and make a European League just to make more money, and
that won't happen.
Don't you think so?
The Premier League. Look how much money the Premier League's making. There's
as
no
soon
way
as that
that,
sponsorship stops, mate, in 3 years' time.
there's no way the
I'll
Premier
tell you-
League clubs are gonna.
One thing I can see happening soon is the video evidence. I can see that.
I
happening
hope
soon.
so, because, well, I was just going to bring this up, but Blue Obba's just made a point here. Donaldson went down, never got a penalty. Then the second time when he looked like he had been fouled and mouthed on TV, he slipped, but most referees would have shown a yellow. It is a difficult one to broach, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
In my opinion, what Chris said, Chris is talking about, isn't diving, though. A dive or simulation, as ref calls it, is going down with no touch at all, which I agree with, yeah,
Which-
and should be stopped.
Now, but then you talk about the video technology. How is that going to work? How is video technology going to work? Was the Benteke incident a penalty?
No.
Ask me.
Was it?
You're going to
Yes.
say yes.
Yeah, I know you were.
So how does video technology work?
Right.
Because we've got one man's opinion says no, one man's
video
opinion
technology,
says yes.
You see that he didn't touch him.
But he did touch him,
I don't know.
and you can't take it to a court of law. There's no way. There's no way.
Imagine, like, stop, hang on, let's get the gavel out.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no way that you could hold up in an argument in a court of law that Benteke hasn't felt a touch and gone down. It's his word against. You know, unless there is absolutely no contact.
Whatever happened to the fourth official?
Oh, what a
He
waste of
doesn't
time.
do a lot.
And what these guys behind the goal as well with a stick.
The one, the magic wand.
Stick. I mean, what's it all about?
Aren't they
really?
selfies?
Huh?
Selfie sticks. Aren't they
Selfie sticks. Yeah, they do look like.
Get me, Mum.
Held in selfie sticks. Question for you, Chris. 87 days and 3 hours. What's the answer?
Christmas.
Is it
Question for Chris. Don't put in.
87 days?
87 days and 3 hours is the question. What is the answer?
Is it the last time we scored away from home?
No, that's 4 or 5 games ago, isn't it?
Yeah, but that was Derby, wasn't it?
Yeah.
87 days. Derby,
87 days.
ago.
87 days and 3 hours. What is the question? Dun, dun, dun.
Something that ended at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, good, isn't it? Right, Fulham up next at the Blues then. This is going to be an interesting one because we battered them at their place, didn't we? Battered them. 87 days and 3 hours. Can't see it being a big score again.
No, not at home. We're not normally that prolific at home.
I'm sorry. ELO's got a cracking sense of humour. 87 days and 3 hours the last time Chris Brown put his hand in his pocket. Was that to buy an Xbox for a child, was it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Come here and drink me cider.
Yeah.
I am a
I
cider
am a
drinker.
cider drinker. I drinks it all of me day.
Cider man. I
Does
just drink
whatever a
whenever
cider
he
man
can.
does.
Sorry, Rob.
Can I bring it back, please?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, carry on back. Where was I? Where was I?
I don't know.
We were with Fulham at home.
Yeah,
Fulham,
Fulham
yeah.
at home. Fulham at home. Yeah, not gonna be a walk in the park like it was.
No,
last
they're
time, I don't
scrapping
think.
for their lives now.
They are.
They've been really dragged into a relegation battle. So they're going to be fighting really hard. They've got a lot of ability in their squad. You look at their squad on paper. Their front two, McCormack and Dembele. There's no way they should be fighting relegation with a front two like that.
What's a pleasant form?
Not good. They lost at home to fellow relegation rivals Bristol City at the weekend. So it isn't good.
Yeah. Let's go. So you said Fulham have to win. I'm sure they will try to start quickly and come at us. Could be a few goals in this again, in my opinion, although not quite as many as at the Cottage.
The first goal's massive again, like it always is for Blues, especially at home. If we scored the first goal, then at some point Fulham have got to come and attack us, and hopefully with the players available to us.
Can somebody get the machine gun out? Pewie's rant has gone on too long. I thought it was
It's over.
I thought it was quite. It's good to debate these things, and
Hang on.
It's not every day that we do. Oh, it was on last week. That was. Oh dear me, dear Lord above. Oh,
Yeah.
we did descend into get the machine going.
Farcical.
Just descend into chaos last week, didn't we? Absolute chaos.
Very
It was good
unprofessional.
fun. It was good fun.
Very unprofessional.
So, competition then this week is going to be for Fulham. Guess the gate within 200, and guess the correct score to win yourself.
Sorry?
To win yourself
a shirt.
Tilton Talk.
a
Tilton
Tilton
Talk
Talk
shirt.
Tilton Talk
Yes.
shirt. ELO used to do some work for Fulham for a Fulham fan, so we stick it up on. They don't like it up on Mr. Brown. Fulham have to win SKC, and I'm sure they will try to start quickly and come at us.
I can't see him
Could be a few
coming
goals
at
in
us.
this one again, in my opinion, although not quite as many as at the Cottage.
I can't see him coming at us out the box. You know, the form they're on, the run they're on. I don't think they'll have the confidence to come out at us straight away. Much like we do, probably. Yeah, they'll hope to sit tight and nullify us, and then use
You not
their.
see many goals in it this game?
No, I can't see many. No,
There's been a goal in the football.
joy,
1-1.
Granada 1, Espanyol 0.
massive goal,
Yeah, absolutely
massive
brilliant.
goal.
Your face. Love it.
Just going back to our last game,
Yeah.
what do you think of the stick Donaldson's taking?
I think it's a little bit unfair.
Is that another round?
Give it a rest.
Brutal.
Give it a rest.
SKC got. I said.
He was the darling only a few games ago.
I said on
Strange,
Facebook
isn't
to
it?
SKC's made a comment about it, and I did mention that I'd bring it up, so I suppose I
right,
best.
okay. Yeah, but
Yeah, I can't believe the stick he's getting. His chances that glorious chances in inverted commas that he had. One of them, the defender got back really well and got a block on. Otherwise, that would have gone in. And yes, the second one, it looks like he's lunged too far, and it's hit his heel.
Of course, a week ago, everyone was saying, "Oh, if only that overhead kick could have gone in." You know.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
But you look at the way
And
we
that's not
play.
criticism. That's like everybody were praising him up a week
No,
ago.
absolutely,
Heroes
yeah.
and villains. One week you are, and then the next week you're not. So Blues' problem is we beat the big teams in the Championship, but struggle against the lower teams this season.
I mentioned this point to Ashleigh on our interview, though. She's a Sheffield Wednesday fan, losing at home to Rotherham. Derby 3-0 up away at Rotherham at the weekend and drew 3-3.
That's an incredible result.
That's
wasn't
absolutely
it?
unbelievable.
And of course, I was actually working in the pub, and of course, what was it full of?
Yeah.
Derby fans, because it's a local area.
It's
And
not
they were
just
all
us.
gloating, we're 3-0 up, we're 3-0
Because
up.
they got a new manager now.
You
haven't
don't
they?
count them chickens till they've hatched, sir. You don't count
And
the
Fabrini,
chickens.
this saviour, he was to be the new god.
Well, this was another one. There was a stick for Donaldson, which I didn't understand.
Maybe offloading him,
But and there was talk. Why are we not bringing Fabrini on? Why are we not bringing Fabrini on? Who would you have brought him on for in that last half an hour?
Yeah.
We were knocking the door down. We were absolutely battering them, and
Magoma was
everybody
sharp.
was putting a shift in.
Magoma was sharp.
Magoma looked
and-
sharp.
and
Terrell
again,
moved into the centre and looked dangerous.
I'll-
Cottrell's set pieces are always dangerous.
I'll reiterate what the guys were saying on the way back, on the way as a car. You should have won that one, mate.
Well, we should have
You
done.
should have had that one.
We should have done.
busy in that game.
Half
He
time is
was.
Leicester 1, Newcastle 0. I think it's just about what's expected.
That's
to be honest with you.
Yes,
That's
Davies
the
as
first
well.
good thing
And
Docco's ever
Davis
said.
got man of the match, didn't he?
Yeah.
Davis is
Cracking
excellent.
game, yeah.
I was worried when he got his early yellow card. I thought he's going to struggle to
Of
have
course,
an
being an
influence in
ex-Wolves
this
player
game
as
now.
well, yeah.
But if anything, it livened him up a bit more, and he's tracking back. Considering he was supposed to be one of the midfield three that would break forward more.
Yeah.
Which he did it a couple of times in the first half, and we were a bit unlucky. But yes.
SKC said Donaldson misses too many sitters. For me, as I said, Pewey does a great. He does a great job. As I said, Pewey does a great job for us. Has to start.
Donaldson does a great job for us.
He
Yeah.
doesn't do a good job.
No.
I'll do a great job.
Awful.
Absolutely.
Brilliant job.
Brilliant.
Wonderful job. But you have to remember, he's a free transfer.
Yeah.
We're not in the market for buying 6 million plus strikers like a lot of the league are.
How much do you think Terrell will go for if we if we had an opportunity to buy him? How much do you think?
It's $1 million plus, I think.
How much?
$1 million plus.
2.5.
Do you reckon 2.5?
Two.
I think he. I think if he's proved himself in the Premier League, you're looking 5-ish. I think.
Oh, if he proved himself in the Premier League.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could consider.
Not as he is now, where he is
I'm
now.
thinking, I'm saying as he
Considering we sold Gray for 3.5 or whatever it was, but when Gray was coming through, we rejected what,
still playing for
5.5, 5.5 from Bournemouth for Damari Gray. Terrell for me is twice the player Gray.
Brilliant, yeah. And again, of course, he just skimmed the side of the post.
Yeah,
didn't he?
I know.
Yeah.
But that him in the middle, he's so creative, you know. And I know why he started on the left, because we wanted the midfield three, the solid midfield three, to give ourselves, you know, to stay in the game, and to give ourselves a chance going forward. So, but he is wasted on the left. When he plays in the middle, he is an absolute cracking player.
Right, okay, free transfer, in my opinion, nothing to do with it.
He's a harsh man. He is a harsh man.
Blue Hobber, 2 mil for Terrell. And
2 million for Terrell.
Blue Hobber, again, I agree with Blue Hobber on this one. I still don't think Cox is 100%. We wouldn't rave about his performance yesterday. No, I didn't rave about his performance. I think he's
But when you're getting all those corners and free kicks which were in the last half hour, he's the man I'd want over them. I know nothing came of them in the end, but
and Big Sambo player Terrell is an absolute pleasure to watch, and he absolutely is.
So I think 2 million for Terrell, somebody's getting an absolute.
I think
there.
we should seriously look at that though. If that's kind of the price they're asking for him, 2 million.
And if today's news is...
well, yes. Now, I was going to come to this for the last 5 minutes of the show. What have you made of it, Chris, the announcement from the Hong Kong Stock Exchange today?
difficult to understand, I'd say.
It doesn't, it doesn't give any direct answers, and it doesn't solve any problems straight away, but it's reading between the lines. You have to ask yourself why both parties are agreeing to this, why everything's being dropped. Reading between the lines, if you're thinking optimistically,
are you the voice of optimism at the moment?
Reading this, I have to look at it from a Blues fan's perspective, and obviously I don't want Carson Young involved with the club, so his shares are the sticking point in the sale of the club. Now, if he's agreed to cancel the court battles, and drop everything,
that frees up a good 18 months, 2 years, doesn't it?
It does, and I just get the feeling maybe he's coming to his senses, and he's looked at everything, and his lawyers have looked at everything, and maybe he's finally started to realise that he's not going to win this thing. He's not going to win this battle with BIHL. And if he doesn't, eventually, like I said, it's not going to happen overnight, but eventually his shares may become available to sell.
Could we, after all these years,
there was optimistic
see
talk
the beginning of the end?
I think
there was
the old green shoots.
Optimistic talk on Radio Aston on the way in here today, saying that they were of the belief that something could even happen over the summer.
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
Yeah. Everything happens over the summer, doesn't it? Yeah.
But what a dream this would be, though. What a dream this would be. Now, my son had a dream. He had a dream.
Did he? Somebody else had one of them, I think.
We got
that was a wet one.
Derby in the playoff final.
Oh, my goodness.
Cadiz scored in that 93rd minute.
Oh, yeah, from that penalty he dived for.
That's why I brought it up earlier. Right. Cadiz scored in that 93rd minute. The Blues go up. Then from across the road, come down.
Yeah.
What a summer that would be. What a party that would be. What a year that would be. 2016 would stick in my memory bank for the rest of my days.
I can imagine it would.
On this earth. Yeah, 2 minutes to go then. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm pessimistic at the minute, and I'll tell you for why. Is because so many times now I know things weren't like structured as they are now with Panos, etc.
The receivers being in as
receivers,
well.
but it's just we've built our own hopes up,
yeah.
Probably far too prematurely. you know, when we look back at events that have happened, and we build ourselves up and we get let down, and we've got to, it's all part of being a Blues fan, I know.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be let down again. I don't want to be let down.
Don't cry. No, yeah, and that's why it's important to stay, you know, relatively calm about it, not get carried away and think that we're going to have a new owner next week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
the Bolton sale went very quick, there, didn't it, Chris?
Very quick.
well, yeah,
Very, very quick.
it was very
I'm
quick.
telling you,
But
know.
have you seen the details
I'm
of
just
it?
saying.
Yeah, they buy it for about 4
Just
million
the
and
sim-
inherit £100 million worth of debt.
The
so.
fact that it was done at Arkwright's shop makes no difference.
Exactly, yeah. Sold on eBay.
Come in, good Grumble.
You should have been here last week, mate.
Oh, I'm glad I wasn't.
Well, my lovelies, this has been the Tilton Talk Show. It's been a Monday night. Always a pleasure to be with you. Chris, thank you ever so much for your amazing input, as always, mate. Always good to see you.
Pleasure.
Next week, have a Boston good run. Have a good thing. Get something. Get something.
Yeah.
Get
Something
something
that's really got something.
Yeah. Sit and stew all week.
Oh, well, I won't talk to anybody about it. I'll just unleash it.
Mr. Brown, thanks for the wasabi.
Can I just say, people
get.
stand by for a classic show coming up at 9 o'clock from Adam J.
Could you play the one down? by any chance? Yeah, that'd be brilliant. That'd be brilliant.
Can I
Just
play
do
the
that.
what?
Yeah, the one down.
The song.
Because,
right,
ladies
yeah.
and gents, one thing I would like to tell you is that our friends from across the expressway, our friends not from across the expressway, have played 30 and won 3. Statistically, that's 1 in 10. Good night, God bless. Keep on to the end of the road. 3 points on Saturday will be an absolute blessing. Can't go, as I say, because I'm working day and night, so that's it for me.
And
Enjoy.
a win in the FA Cup on Sunday, obviously.
Brilliant, of course, for the ladies.
For the ladies, hopefully.
Have a great week, lovelies. Take good care and join us next Monday here on the Tilton Talk Show, as always, sponsored by the Yellow Group. Good night, God bless. Take care, Mr. Pugh. Thank you very much, Mr.
Night.
Brown. Thank you very much.
Good night.